So welcome to class, and I'm really excited because this class is about healing while moving. All of my classes are, but this one is more overtly about consciously shifting your energetic signature, your vibrational field. So we live in a field of energy. Our body is an electromagnetic field. Uh, we need to infuse our inner space with conscious intent. Otherwise, often what we find ourselves in is old subconscious patterns, which are mostly based in the negative, because we have something called the negativity bias. So as we move through the class today, I'm going to walk you through a process to come up with a short mantra, and then I'm going to continue to bring you back to the remembrance of that as you're moving the body. So what we're doing is we're bringing together not only the breath and the movement, but the breath, the movement, and your positive intent. Because otherwise we can move and breathe all day long and our mind's off, like thinking about lunch. Well, that's what mine's probably thinking about, or thinking about anything, right? Past, future, past, future, past, future, very rarely bringing us into presence. So this 75 minutes is an opportunity for you to step into perhaps a different relationship to yourself, to your body, and to your mind. And this is really the yoking, the union of what yoga is. So let's begin. We're going to begin with a short settling practice. You can sit up, cross-legged, legs out in front of you. If you feel like you need to lie down, that's totally fine as well. And then we'll move into practice. And then today I'm going to end with a theta healing healing for you in Shavasana. So theta healing is one of the modalities that I've studied and use in my one-on-one practice with clients. And it is a powerful tool and technique to reprogram subconscious conditioning and really begin to shift and clear so much old junk, emotional, energetic, stagnant energy that just weighs us down and keeps us in an old version of ourselves. So come into a place where you are comfortable, where you can sit upright or lie down if you're really feeling you need to be closer to the earth. Start by rolling your shoulders up towards the ears, back and down. And just do that a couple of times. And then let the shoulders relax down, settle down. Have your hands consciously placed either on your thighs or in your lap in a mudra of your choice. Close your eyes. And begin to feel into your body. Start down at your base and feel your feet touching the floor or touching each other if they're crossed. Really get a sense of your feet, your lower legs, your knees, your thighs, and your buttocks touching the earth, anchoring you to the ground and creating a stable foundation. Notice with your sitting bones if there's more pressure down through the right sits bone or the left sits bone. And sense into your posture. Are you leaning forward or back? Many of us tend to pitch the torso forward. If that's you, just glide your shoulders and the weight of your torso back ever so slightly. See if you can find that sweet spot where your shoulder girdle is floating over the pelvic bowl, maintaining the natural curves of the spine while gently reaching the crown of the head, the roof of the mouth upwards. Feel the space on either side of your back, the right side of the spine, the left side, and all of the musculature running along either side of your spinal column. Notice if there's any part or parts of your back that are calling your attention, maybe up into the neck or lower back. And become the observer. So instead of creating a story about any of the sensation that you're experiencing. So often we'll call something pain and then we'll have a story about it and say, I've had it this long and it's because of this. So I invite you into a different experience this morning of just being with the sensations that you're exploring in the body without making them good or bad, right or wrong. And perhaps welcoming a little bit of breath into those areas where your attention is really pulled. So begin to slow your breath down. And focus particularly on the exhalation. So your exhalation will be a little bit longer than your inhalation. Follow your exhalation all the way out, 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 out. And notice the moment of pause or stillness at the bottom of the exhalation and at the top of the inhalation. So only breathing in and out of the nose. Keeping the jaw relaxed, the face and all the little muscles of the face softening and melting down. And consciously give yourself permission to be here for this time without distraction, without needing to leave this experience physically, mentally, or emotionally. And give yourself permission to receive today, to receive healing, and to have a different experience of yourself. Just something different. Having a different perspective of your body, of your mind, of your emotions. And keeping the eyes closed, gather your hands together at the heart. So feel your right palm and left palm meeting. And connecting your thumbs to your sternum. Feel the temperature between the palms. The feeling of the skin touching the skin. Feeling the air touching the exposed parts of skin. And we'll open this morning's class with the universal healing sound of Om. This sound has a particular vibration that has been shown to bring healing. So we'll chant this sound and imagine it's coming out of your heart and also flowing back into your heart. We'll chant 3 times. Breathe in to chant together. Place your right hand on your heart and take your left hand on top of the right. Feeling this contact between your hands and your heart. And this energy center has a more potent electromagnetic field than the brain. This is where we heal from. We heal from our heart center. And disease is created from unresolved emotional stagnant energy. So when we have unresolved emotions, it creates pain in the body. It creates symptoms in the body. All kinds of physical symptoms are given birth to from our inability or even awareness of understanding how our energy gets clogged with old emotional states, unresolved or unprocessed experiences from our lifetime. And our body just cannot continue to function in an optimal way when there is blockage like this. So today's class, we're going to focus on moving the energy that's blocked. And to do this today, the tool that we're going to use is mantra, which is just a short, positive statement for today's class. So consider how you would like to feel. Would you like to feel peace, contentment, relaxed, joyful, energized, vital? Just choose one word. So distill your intention down to one word. And then from this stillness, even here, still with the eyes closed, begin to imagine how it feels to live that way. So how does it feel to be peaceful? How does it feel to be energized? Whatever your intention is. And you can create this state from here and now, either through your memory from a time in your life you have experienced this, even if it was just a moment. You can create this through your imagination. How do you imagine it would feel in your body to wake up in this energy state of peace, of joy, contentment? What would your cells vibrate like? What would the facial expression on your face look like? What would your physical posture be like? What would the conversations that you have with people in your life be like? Would they be the blaming, complaining conversations? Or would they be uplifting, positive? Begin to imagine this version of yourself. You can imagine it through your sense of feeling state, however it comes to you. And then turn up the dial on that just a tad. How much are you willing to let in? How good are you willing to let your life be? How good are you willing to feel? And it might sound funny that I'm saying willing. You think, of course I'm willing to feel these ways. But when we actually look at the thoughts we have, the conversations we have, the beliefs that we hold, so often they don't line up with how we really want to feel, because we're walking unconsciously through our days, through our life. So notice, even through this practice today, when thoughts come in that are not in alignment with your intention. And now take the words I am and place them in front of your intention. And repeat that to yourself 3 times, not from the mind, but from an emotional state. So if it's I am peaceful, I am peaceful, I am. So I am are 2 of the most powerful words in our language, and what you put after those words is so important. And then when you're ready, take a nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. 2 more times, inhale through the nose, out through the mouth. Last time, in through the nose, and out to the mouth. Rub your palms together quite vigorously, creating heat in between the hands, and then placing the hands over the eyes. If you've got eyeglasses on, just remove them for a moment. This is a cleansing and healing practice for our eyes and for the nervous system. Let the warmth move into the eyeballs. And once the heat has faded, rub the palms together one more time. And then this time, place your hands on any part of the body that feels like you need a little bit more love, attention, warmth, healing, and then breathe in. And repeat your mantra to yourself, I am, and let that essence move into your body, into the body part that feels a little bit achy or resistant or stiff. And then open your eyes. You can shake the legs out. And if your legs are crossed, recross the leg with the other foot in front. And then inhale, reach your arms out to the side and up. Clasp the hands together. And then exhale, round your spine, reach the hands forward and come down. And then inhale, lift the chest and the arms back up. And exhale, sweep the arms out to the sides and back down to the floor. So we'll do that again. Wait for the breath to come. Inhale, arms reach up, keep the shoulder blades down, lace the fingers together. Exhale, round your spine, a C curve. Your belly comes back, your chest comes back, the arms reach forward. Inhale, lift the sternum. The arms reach up, and exhale, open, moving slowly with awareness. So slowing things down so that we can feel. Inhale again, arms sweep up. And as we move slowly in coordination with the breath, what we're doing is reprogramming the nervous system. Exhale, round the spine. And inhale, float the heart up, the arms up. And exhale, open wide through the back body, wide across your chest. And then inhale, lengthen your spine a little bit higher. Take your right arm towards the left thigh and take your left hand behind you onto the fingertips. Lift your chest a little bit higher and exhale, gentle spiral around. And inhale, come back through the center, taking the other arm across to the opposite thigh. Bring your back hand behind you, come up onto the fingertips, lift the chest, exhale, spiraling from the navel, then the ribs, then the heart. Only go to your degree. Please listen to your body today. Nothing should be forced. Move with ease and grace. And inhale, come back to center. Exhale, shake your legs out. Good. And then come onto your hands and your knees. So if this is not okay for your wrists, you can make fists or even come onto your forearms. See that your knees are underneath the hips, toes can be tucked or relaxed, it's up to you. Begin with a flat back, so we don't want to collapse, so just start with a place that is neutral. And as you breathe out, draw your navel up towards the spine. Inhale, tip your tail towards the sky, let the organs come down towards the earth, and then scoop your heart, chest, and gaze forward. Exhale, initiate by tucking the tail under, rounding the spine bit by bit until your head relaxes down. Now go at your own pace, sequencing through the spine. I invite you to move slowly and mindfully so that you can feel into every part of your back, every little vertebra. Maybe there's fused parts of your spine or areas that sort of feel like they come in chunks. Breathing in and out through the nose. Slow, steady breath. And then coming back to that neutral place where your head is lined with your tail. Keep your torso on the horizontal plane, and as you exhale, tip your tail around and take your upper body as though you're trying to look back towards your own tail. And then inhale to the center. Exhale, curve around to the second side. Inhale to center and exhale, making a C curve sideways. Inhale to the middle and exhale. Inhale back to center. Now walk your hands back in front of your knees, making a couple of fists, and your fists are going to come right in front of your knees. From here, inhale, tilt your tail back, lift your heart and your gaze forward. Exhale, round through the spine, lift your organs up, relax your head down. And inhale, tilt your tail out behind you, lift the heart and the gaze. And then initiate that curl of the tail, tucking under, lift your organs up and round. Move at your own pace. Bring in your mantra, I am. And mentally repeat that to yourself. As you move the body, we're coordinating, reminding the physical body of the energy state that you would like to live from. Do this 2 more times. And then when you're finished, come down into child's pose. So the buttocks towards the heels, your arms can be outstretched. You can make a couple of fists. You can even rest your forehead on a block, wherever you are. And it's okay if you're even up onto the forearms, wherever it's comfortable for you and where you can breathe into your lower back. If it feels good for you, lace the hands on your lower back, palms face one another, and lift your hands up towards the ceiling. Rock from side to side. And then lower your hands all the way back down. And slowly, slowly start to roll up onto your knees. Take your time. If it's not okay for you to be on your knees, you can come into any other sitting position. Reach your arms out in front, turn your palms up, and then place your fingertips on your shoulders. Draw your elbows together, and inhale, lift your elbows up. Keep reaching to create full circles with your elbows. Inhale and exhale. Bringing in your mantra, I am. Repeating that 3 times. And then reverse the direction of your circles. Inhale as the elbows come back and up. Exhale as they come together and down. Relax your face and jaw. Waiting for the breath to move your body. And then lower your hands down, come back onto your hands and your knees. Take your left knee a little bit more to the center of your mat. Inhale, float your right leg behind you, but keep the knee facing the floor. You don't want to do the dog on the fire hydrant thing. So keep the knee and the hips square to the floor. Lift the chest and the head like you're going to tap the back of your head with your toe. And then exhale, imagine a string from your belly button being pulled up towards the sky. You're rounding through your back, bringing your forehead towards the knee. Inhale, float the leg back, heart and chest lift. And exhale, rounding through the spine. 2 more times. Inhale, floating the leg up. Exhale. And again. And then switching the legs so your right knee comes to the floor. Wait for the inhalation on the inhale breath, floating the left leg back and up. See that the knee faces the ground, the heart and the gaze comes up. Exhale, scoop up your core. Floating the leg back, nice and easy. I am. One more time. And then placing the knee down. Tuck your toes under, shift the weight of your body back, and lift your pelvis back and up. Walk your feet out, send one heel to the floor, bend the other knee. And keep switching the legs here. Saying hello to the hamstrings. And then keep walking your feet forward, up towards your wrists, until you come into forward fold. Let your knees bend a lot. Either grab opposite elbows. If that feels too much, please just rest your elbows on your thighs, let your head relax. Shift the weight of your body a little bit more to the balls of the feet. And now let your arms dangle down. And slowly start to roll up to standing. And when I mean slow, at least 5 breaths in and 5 breaths out. Take your time. Experience the journey. Notice what's going on in your feet. Allow the arms to be relaxed without tension, your head to drop down. Keep drawing your organs in towards your spine, unraveling mindfully. Once you come upright, find a point that you can gaze at out along the horizon. This is called Tadasana, our mountain pose, where we're just standing in neutral. Notice how the weight goes down through your feet, whether you have a tendency to put more weight down to the right foot or the left, or maybe lean forward or back. Make any subtle micro movements so that you can feel really at ease in your stance. So the knees have a little bit of a bend in them. Relax the buttocks. Feel an opening across the chest and the back. And feel the place where your head is floating on top of the spine and the jaw is relaxed. Begin to pour the weight into your right foot and bring your left foot to the ankle. This is your first step in tree, and you can keep the foot here on the floor if that feels more stable for you, or bring it to the inner calf or inner thigh, or even across the thigh if you know that variation. Hands can stay on the hips, they can come together in front of the heart, or they can reach up. I am. Repeat your mantra 3 times. Relax your breath. And no falling is encouraged. That's not no falling is encouraged, it's no that falling is encouraged. If you fall out, that's okay. If you lose your balance, no problem. Just come back. Come back with a sense of humor. Come back knowing we're just playing here. Just taking our body through an experience, uniting it with our mind, with our intention. See if you can grow a little bit taller in this posture. So you're not dropping all the weight down, but growing up tall. And then exhale mindfully, slowly, lower the arms down and bring your foot onto the earth. Bend your knees. And then inhale, begin to pour the weight onto the second side. Engage the support of your core. So when you breathe out, just gather your navel in a little bit. That will help to support you. Take your foot to the inside of the leg, and then keeping the foot on the floor or bringing it up. Find a place that you feel most stable. When we feel stable, when we feel safe, that's the easiest place for us to open our heart. Continue to breathe. Let the outside edges of your mouth turn upwards. Relax your shoulders. I am. Repeat your mantra 3 times. And keep the crown of your head floating up. Exhale, lower the hands. Mindfully coming back to 2 feet. Step your feet wider than your shoulders and begin to circle your hips. Continue to breathe through the movement. Nice, wide, large circles. And then the opposite direction. Notice what information your body's communicating to you today. And then make figure 8 circles with your pelvis. And then the opposite direction, figure 8s. And slowing that down, coming back to stillness. Keeping your right hand on the right hip, float your left arm up, and come up and over to the side. Think more about the reach up than over. And as you breathe out, draw your navel toward your spine. You can look down, you can look straight ahead or up. Find where it feels good, where you can continue to breathe with ease and grace, and where you can remember to repeat your mantra, I am. Breathe that mantra into any part of your body that needs some extra attention, love, encouragement. And then inhale, float to the center. Exhale, lower your arm down. Feel into the arm. Don't let life pass you by. With your next inhale, take your other arm up. Keep growing tall through your spine and come up and over to the side. Relax. And then inhale, floating back up. And exhale, lower your arm down. Waist rotating pose. You're going to allow the arms to wrap around the body, the elbows bend. Moving through the motion with the breath. Keep your eyes open. And then just let that dissolve. Let the arms just flop back into stillness. Bring your feet together. We're going to do our tapping today, starting at the thymus. So this helps us to improve our immune system. Sound is one incredibly powerful way to move stagnant energy. Okay, now we're going to work the lung line. So if we cup your hand, tapping down the line all the way to your thumb. And the other side. And then to the kidneys. Tapping on the kidneys in the back space as lightly or as sort of powerfully as it feels good for you. And then take your knuckles into the glutes, into the buttocks, and just give a nice thump around the hips and the flesh of the buttocks. And then you're going to keep the same fist, but tap down the outer leg lines. And then up the insides of the legs, down the outsides, up the insides. And then coming back upright, tapping the crown of the head very gently. So this little sequence, I will probably teach in most of these classes because I want you to learn it so that you can do it every day for yourself. It's so simple and it really opens up the energy channels of the body. Now take your fingers, come right to that third eye point in the center between your eyebrows, and then pull out and down to your temples. Do that a couple of times. And then a little bit higher up on your forehead, same thing, just pulling out to the side. And then give a little massage of your ears. You can pull your ears and your earlobes down, open the jaw, and a little massage around the jaw. And then bringing your middle finger to your heart, and your other middle finger to your navel. Close your eyes there for a moment. And then open the eyes. And just shake your hands, your wrists out. Let your knees bend a little bit. Shake off any fatigue. Toss off, shake off any weight of responsibility or burden that you feel you're carrying, that you no longer wish. You just let it move away from you, off of you. Right. And then come stand at the top of your mat. Bring your hands together at your heart. Look down, see that your feet are parallel. Inhale. And then exhale, let your hands come down, bend your knees. Breathe in, lift your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold, bending at the hips. Come down to your degree. Your hands can be on the floor or on your shins or your thighs. Inhale, halfway up. Find a place where your spine is elongated. Not curled here or curved, but a really plumb line from the head, very crown, to your tailbone. And then exhale, let your head relax down to the earth completely. Take your right leg, step it back towards the back of your mat, and lower the right knee down. Coming up for a gentle lunge, hands on the front thigh, shift the weight of the pelvis forward, allow your heart to float up. Send your breath into the hips, into the pelvis. I am. And then lower your hands down onto the mat. Engage your core support and step back into plank. Now your knees can be on or off the floor here. Find a place that feels good for you. And then lower all the way down to the ground. Roll your shoulders back and down. Have all 10 toes touching the floor. And inhale, float your head and chest up into cobra. Your degree. If it feels too much, walk your arms further forward and to support yourself in Sphinx. Breathe into your lower back area. And then exhale, bring the chest back down, slide your hands back towards your ribs a little bit, tuck your toes, shift the weight of your body back past your heels, and then into downward facing dog. And pedaling your feet here. Shift the weight, one heel goes to the floor, the other knee bends. I am. Lift your heels high, so keep your pelvis up as high as possible. Step your right foot in between the hands. If it doesn't come all the way, just help it forward, lower the back knee down, finding your lunge on the second side. We're scooping the pubic bone towards the chin slightly, so that we're not collapsing into the kidneys and the lower back area. Really feeling light as you float the sternum upwards. Breathe into the hips, lower back. Relax your shoulders and face. And then exhale, bring your fingertips forward. Step your back foot to meet your front. Forward fold, relax forward. Inhale, halfway up, finding that flat back. Exhale again, relax over the legs. And then inhale, rounding all the way up. Arms sweep overhead. As you breathe out, gather energy from the cosmos, from above, down into your heart. Just imagine energy coming through your body like a laser beam. In through the crown, through the throat, pooling at the heart center. Deep breath in. Exhale, relax the arms. Inhale, float the chest and the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Deepen in the hip crease. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale. This time, step your right foot back. You can either bring it on the floor for more stability or come up into crescent lunge. Inhale. Shoulders relax down. See that your front knee is over the front ankle. Repeat your mantra, I am. I am. Exhale, bring the fingertips onto the floor or onto a block. Right fingers stay on the ground. Draw your chest forward and exhale, open the left arm out to the ceiling, spinning the heart to the side. Keep energy moving out through your back heel, connecting to your crown. Breathe here. Your back knee can be on or off the floor. Exhale, carve the left hand back down through space, stepping into plank position, and then lowering all the way down. You can tap your knees down first. Roll your shoulders back and down. Keep the elbows close to the ribs as you inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, downward dog or child's pose, always an option. Listen to your body. And repeating the mantra, I am, 3 times. Press up to the balls of the feet, keep the pelvis high, step your right foot forward in between hands, stay on the ball of the back foot, shift your weight of the chest forward, sweep your arms back, relax. Wait for the inhale breath to bring you all the way upright. Relax your shoulders, make any adjustments. I am. And then exhale, bring your hands down, your left foot on the floor or on a block for more height. Keep sneaking your heart forward, chest forward, pelvis down, and then open your right arm up to the sky. Breathe here. And then exhale, stepping all the way back, 2 feet together, lower your knees onto the mat, child's pose. Slow your breath down and repeat your mantra, I am, 3 times. I am love, I am peace, I am confidence, whatever it may be. And reach your arms forward on your mat, shift the weight of your pelvis forward. Tuck your toes, come back into plank. Take your right hand towards the center of your mat, and then spin to the outer edge of your right foot. Now, if this feels too much, step your left foot forward in front for greater support. We're going to open the arm up. So you can either have that left foot forward. If it feels way too much, just come down onto your side. If you'd like to go a little bit further, you can stack your feet. Stay coordinated with your slow, calm, steady breath. I am. And bringing the left hand back down and stepping back into child's pose or downward facing dog. And then you can look up between the hands, walk, step, or jump forward. You can hop a little bit, make your way up to your feet. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, relax over the feet. Inhale, float all the way to standing. Reach up and drawing energy into your body. Receive, receive, receive. Deep breath in. Exhale, relax your knees, let your arms float down. Breathe in, sweep up. Exhale, coming forward, deepen in the hip crease, nice and easy. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, relax. And stepping back into plank position. We're going to do Vastisthasana on the second side. Take your left hand towards the center of your mat. Pivot onto the outside of your left foot. Step your right foot forward. For more support, have your right foot in front. Otherwise, you can stack your feet or work any variation that feels good for you. The breath is the most important thing here. So are you breathing? Whatever you do, find a position where you can breathe. And then exhale, right hand down, knees to the floor, child's pose, relax. Repeating your mantra 3 times. And now extend your arms forward and slide your chest forward, come down onto your belly. Extend your arms out in front of you, shoulder width, and your toes are facing the floor. You can bring your forehead or your chin onto your mat. On an inhalation, you're going to take your left arm and right leg and chest and float them up. So you're reaching out along a cross diagonal line, opposite arm to leg. Exhale, lengthen and lower. Inhale to the second side, other arm and leg float up. And exhale to lower. So alternate, move at your own pace. The pelvis stays anchored. You want the front of your pelvis to stay very stable. So really quiet through your pelvis and lower back. And think more about the length than the height. So really scooping and reaching your limbs out. Doing one more on each side. And then placing your hands in front of your forehead on top of each other, rest your forehead, and just shake your pelvis, rock your hips from side to side on your mat. Relaxing your lower back, loosening up your hips, your lower back, your pelvis. Coming into flopping fish, one of my favorite postures. It's a restorative practice and one that you can do without any props. So take your right knee out to the side. If it comes to a 90-degree angle, great. If not, great. Just find a place that it feels comfortable. Your upper body curves around towards that knee. Hand on top of hand, and rest your head on top of your hands. So this needs to be comfortable. Adjust yourself until you find a comfortable place. And then slow down the breath. Come into that space where you're participating with life. How would you like to feel? And begin to feel that way now through your imagination, through your memory. Notice if you're holding any tension anywhere in your body. Are you willing to soften and to receive the support of the ground beneath you? And then slowly start to come back to neutral. So you're going to bring your spine back to a straight place, bring your hips back, and then move to the second side. So taking your left knee out on the floor, out to the side. Sometimes people sleep like this. I sleep like this sometimes. Be very comfortable. And then your upper body curves around as much as it will comfortably. If your elbow touches your knee, great. If not, great. Hand on top of hand, rest your head and breathe. There's nothing to do, there's nothing to get right. You don't have to be good at this. Let life live through you. Allow yourself to feel the inspiration that so desperately wants to move through you. And as we dissolve our limiting perceptions and beliefs about ourself, about reality, we open up to more energy, to more self-acceptance and acceptance of others. We open up to trusting in the universe and trusting in the flow of life. And in that, there's peace. Because we know that whatever is happening is for our highest good. No matter how it might appear, no matter how it might feel to us, when we trust that all is well, all is in perfect divine order, we can relax. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then ease your way back into neutral. Straighten the spine. And then roll onto your back. So I like to slide one arm through and come over, but however you need to come onto your back. And once you arrive, hug your knees into your chest. Give your knees a bit of a hug in and thank your body. Thank you, body, for showing up today. Thank you, body, for carrying me through this life. And maybe even apologizing to the body for not always thinking so kindly of it or treating it so kindly. Place your right hand on your right knee or shin, left hand on the left knee or shin. Begin to circle your knees in large circles. And then go in the other direction. Place your left foot on the floor and extend your right leg towards the ceiling. You can take hold behind your calf, your thigh, or if you have a belt, you can wrap it around your foot. Feel free to bend the extended leg if that feels better for you. And as you exhale, relax in your hip crease. There will be parts of the body that kind of brace or hold on, often out of habit. So if you meet any form of resistance, go there with your breath, with your loving, and with your mantra, I am. I am. So we're just saying, hey body, there's another possibility. Hey body, what if we relaxed? But the body, if it doesn't trust you to take care of it, if you're always overriding its signals, it's going to be upset and it will tell you that. So allow yourself to listen and to respond to the needs of the body. Maybe your body needs more rest and you keep going to bed late or running yourself ragged. Maybe your body needs better nutrition, less alcohol. Whatever it might be, maybe it just needs to be spoken to more kindly. And then exhale, lower your right leg down to the ground and place your right foot on the floor and extend your left leg up. You can clasp anywhere behind the leg, bend your knee or straighten the knee, it's up to you. Allow the femur bone to sink down into the hip socket, the left hip socket. And then soften in the left hip crease. And then slowly lower the left leg down. Bring both of your feet flat onto the floor, the knees bend. You can either keep your feet on the ground, especially if your lower back is a little bit more sensitive, or you can bring the knees off of the ground. We're going to shift the hips over to the left a little bit and bring the knees onto the floor down to the right. Take your right hand on top of the left thigh and extend your left arm out to the side. Relax your left shoulder. You could close your eyes here and relax behind the closed eyes, deeply into the midbrain. Send the breath into the lower back. And then use the support of your core and your inhale breath to bring your knees back to the center. Realign your spine. Float your hips over to the other side. So your hips go a little bit to the right as your knees come down to the left. Left hand on top of the right thigh and extend your right arm out to the side. Soften. So much of the resistance and pain in our body is created because we're trying to control life or other people or ourselves. So what if you didn't have to control life, yourself, or other people? How can you create a sense of safety inside yourself, through yourself, and amplify your connection to the energy that created you, the energy of nature? Take one more breath here. And then inhale, bring your knees back to center, realign your spine, and hug your knees in, give them a little squeeze. Again, thank you, body. Thank you, body. And then prepare for relaxation. So typically Shavasana would be with the legs extended, arms down. If that doesn't feel good for your lower back, put a bolster under your knees, or you can even have your feet wide, knees together. Make any adjustments so that you can be comfortable. Make sure that you're warm enough. We are going to be here for the next 12 to 14 minutes, and this is where you're going to be receiving the Theta Healing meditation. So please make sure you're set up comfortably and that you've got a blanket or eye pillow if you like. So for those of you who are new to the Theta Healing, this is a modality where I'm going to walk you through a visualization practice. Don't worry if you feel like you're getting it or not. Honestly, just let yourself receive. We're going into a different brainwave state, one where we can influence the subconscious mind, the parts of your mind, the mind that are not serving you, that are keeping you stuck in patterns physically, mentally, emotionally, or energetic. And I'm going to call in different healings. I don't know what they are yet because I'm just going to see what happens when we get there. If you would like to receive this as we go through the different healings, then just say yes inside your own mind. Nothing is imposed on you. It's all connected to your free will. But if you would like the downloads that I will be calling forth, just say yes inside your own body mind, okay? So if you haven't already, please close your eyes. Make any final wiggles or adjustments so that you can keep your body still, so that you can stay relaxed. Start with a couple of deep breaths. Let go of your day so far. Let go of the class. Let go of any energy that's running you into the future of worry, of concern, of what's happening next, and just come into this moment. And all that's happening is you are here. The breath is moving in and the breath is moving out. Everything else is a narration, a story. You're just here and the breath is moving in and the breath is going out. And other than what you might be thinking or believing, everything is fine. You're safe. You're comfortable. You're warm enough, hopefully. So be here. Be here. Give yourself the gift of presence and the gift to receive this energy healing. So we begin by focusing at the heart center and then feeling down through your body, just scanning down like a laser beam, sensing through your torso, into your lower back, your hips and your pelvis, down through your thighs and knees, feeling down through the shins, ankles, and feet. And sending your awareness all the way to the middle of the earth. Take your consciousness right into the middle of the earth and imagine at the center of the earth an incredible, enormous crystal, as large as mountain ranges. See this crystalline structure. And this crystal vibrates at a frequency of love, of peace, of perfect health and vitality, of positivity and radiance. And this energy here is available to all of us. So allow that energy to come up from the middle of the earth, receive that into the soles of your feet. Allow this healing light energy to come up through your ankles, your shins, healing up into your knees and your thighs, and drawing this energy up through your spinal column, this main central channel. And I command that all of your energy centers, all of your chakras be awakened, aligned, and balanced harmoniously. So from the root energy center up to the sacral, up to the solar plexus, the heart, drawing this energy up through the throat, the third eye, and up to the crown of your head. Balancing your nervous system, clearing out stagnant energy, clearing out energy blockages that have accumulated throughout your lifetime. Imagine above your physical head a little bubble of light, golden light, and jump a mini version of yourself into that little bubble. See that bubble floating up above the room that you're in, up into the sky, past the clouds, and up into the cosmos, past all the other planets in our solar system, and then beyond that. Moves higher and higher, but you're still anchored into the earth. So even though your consciousness is going up, this is just symbolic of your consciousness going into yourself, into the depths of the expansiveness in which you are. So you can't get lost out here. As you continue to move up through the cosmos, you're going to come to a layer of golden light energy. Keep moving through that. And then there's more darkness. And then another layer of golden energy, allowing you to feel so peaceful and relaxed. Clearing out any heaviness as you keep floating upwards. And eventually you come to a layer of energy that is a jelly-like substance and rainbow-colored, multicolored. Keep moving through that layer. Beyond that, you'll come to a pink, misty layer of energy. Keep traveling through that layer. And beyond that, you see a doorway off in space. So float over to that doorway and pass through the doorway, connecting you into the energy of all that is, the energy of creation, connecting you to the energy of nature. And from here, you are pure white light energy, light, at peace, and knowing who you truly are. And I command that unconditional loving be sent to every single cell of your body. I'm just witnessing that loving coming in, golden energy pouring into your body, moving through your bones and your tissues and your muscle, golden light energy coming into all of your organs, up into your brain. And Creator, I command that any toxins be lifted and cleared in the highest and best way. So can we clear any toxins? And I'm hearing also heavy metals, any toxic energies. Can we lift and clear these from your energy system in the highest and best way for you now? Would you like that? And if so, just say yes to yourself. And I'll witness this healing taking place, lifting and clearing toxins from your mind, body, and energy field. Anything that is no longer needed. And your intelligence knows if it's still needed, it will hold on to it, and that's okay. So trusting in the process of your higher self knowing exactly what is required for your journey and what isn't. And your higher self knows exactly when to release what is no longer serving it. So I command that a healing take place for you. A healing take place for you for your spine. May your spine come back into its perfect and proper optimal alignment. Would you like that? If yes, just say yes to yourself and receiving this realignment of the spine. And Creator, I command that a healing of the hormonal system occur in the highest and best way. Thank you. It is done, and please show me if you would like to receive a balance of your hormones, of your brain chemistry in the highest and best way for you. Say yes. Can we lift and clear any anxiety, any fear that vibrates in your system that is not necessary and actually detrimental to you? Can we lift and clear that and send that back to Creator's light and bring in the belief, I am safe. It is safe to live in my body. It is safe for me to be alive on the planet now. Would you like those beliefs? If so, say yes. And can we lift and clear any doubt or any belief that I'm not worthy of receiving a healing, that I don't believe that this will work for me? Can we lift and clear that and send that back to Creator's light in the highest and best way and bring in the belief that I am worthy of receiving healing. I am worthy of living in a state of health and ease and peace in my mind and body. If you'd like that, say yes. And can we teach you how it feels to live from a state of ease in your mind and your body, and that you know how to do that, and that you know how to live your day to day from a place of deep peace, trust, faith, and a feeling of inner safety? Would you like that? And can we unhook you and uncord you from your ancestors and from any ancestral experiences that may have been, that ancestors may have lived through lack or scarcity or war or famine? Can we unhook your energetic field and your psyche? Can we cut these cords of negative vibration that are no longer necessary for you in your life, so that you may be free to live from a state of feeling abundant, a state of feeling satisfied, content, and grateful. And can we teach you that you know how to live your life from a state of gratitude and appreciation, and that you know how to do that now? Would you like that? And that you know how it feels to live in gratitude and appreciation, and that you're worthy and deserving of living from an energetic state of appreciation in your body, in your mind, in your heart, that your life is an offering of appreciation, that you no longer resonate in the vibration of lack, of scarcity, of hoarding, of me, my, mine. We can open to the true state of nature, which is abundant and benevolent. Take a deep breath in. And take a deep breath out. And remembering that little ball of light that you floated up into the cosmos in. And see yourself coming all the way back down, back into our solar system. And then back down into our atmosphere past the clouds. And then eventually see that ball of light hovering above your physical head. And imagine rinsing off in a golden waterfall, refreshing, waking you up so that when you come out of this meditation, you will feel refreshed, invigorated, clear, and light, yet grounded and stable. So jump that mini you back into the crown of your head, down into your heart. And from your heart, tap into the center of the earth. Remember that core energy that is fueling nature, of stability, of vitality, of peace. And allow that energy to rebound up into your physical body, to fill up your heart space. And place one hand on top of your heart, the other hand on top of that hand. And take 3 deep breaths here. Think of 3 things that you're genuinely appreciative for here and now. And then slowly start to wiggle and move your fingers and toes. You can turn your head a little bit from one side to the other side. Reach your arms overhead, lace them together, stretch out, reach your arms away from your feet and stretch, 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 stretch. And then relax everything into the floor. Hug your knees into your chest, give them a little bit of a squeeze. Rock from side to side. And then roll over to your right side. Pause there for a moment on your side. Repeat your mantra, your intention 3 times. So you set this, you anchor this in of this is how I want to feel. And as I move throughout my day, where do I lose that? Is it an email? Is it something that somebody says? Is it my own thoughts in my mind, my own worry, fear, projection into the future of, oh no, what's going to happen? And know that you get to choose which thoughts you latch onto and amplify. And you can work preventively by stepping into participation, by consciously choosing how you want to think and feel. So bring this with you as you come up into a sitting position, and we'll end our class sitting upright with the hands at the heart, finding a place where the spine is elongated, the eyes are closed. And we come full circle to feeling the palms connecting to one another and to chanting the healing mantra of Om 3 times together. Take a deep breath in. Om. Thank you for your presence today. Thank you for honoring yourself, for honoring your body, for honoring your life. And may you continue to move out into the world and shine the light that you are. And may you know your worth and allow the feeling of love of self to resonate and to inform all of your choices and decisions. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you so much. I'd love to hear how today's class felt for you. You can either unmute yourself or type in the chat. How was the theta healing practice for you at the end? I know some of you here are working with me in my Change Your Vibration course at the moment, and it's been incredible witnessing the transformations of the participants in this program, of how they're reworking the limiting perceptions and beliefs that have ruled their life for decades. And I've been so inspired that I'm going to be offering this program again. So there'll be details about that coming up shortly. And the other announcement I have is that I've been guided to teach my 100-hour Ayurvedic yoga training again this year. And that will be happening starting in September. So if you're interested in learning more for yourself about Ayurveda and how you can heal and how you can also share that with students, this is for yoga teachers and dedicated students of yoga. So if you're not a yoga teacher, but that really calls to your heart, then you can reach out to me. So Branka enjoyed the theta healing. Awesome. Good, good. Patty feeling strong, happy, vital. Yay! You're welcome. I'm glad to hear. It's so powerful, these practices, simple but powerful when we drop into the feeling state where we can do the reprogramming. We don't have to live in pain and suffering on any level. And we haven't been taught that. We haven't been taught or even told that there's a reality where we can live from a place of freedom. Lisa saying thank you. You're welcome, Lisa. I'm glad you made it here this morning. Good to see you. Lynn, thank you so much. You're welcome, Lynn. Really such a joy to have you here. Such a joy. Thank you. Jane, it was a softening process in a good way. I let go of resistance. Awesome, Jane. That's so great to hear. And so we have that experience, and we can continue to do that every time we just notice, right? The resistance that builds up on any level. So much it starts in manas, in the mind, and then it ripples down into the body, and then we go, oh, we start to pay attention when it comes into the body because it hurts, but it will start in an energetic thought pattern. This is what yoga and Ayurveda have taught us for thousands of years. It's not like new age woo-woo. This is ancient wisdom. Sandy says, I really enjoyed the mantra so much. Good, I'm glad, and just continue to come back to that, right? As we move. Beautiful, Sandy, so cool. Janine, love the theta healing and working with the mantra. Great. And for those of you who really like that theta healing, I have a whole audio collection of 8 different theta healing practices that is available on my website under, I think, Work With Me. You can look at the theta healing course, and there's 8 audios on different topics that you can go in and reprogram so much in our life. Pauline, thank you. Lovely class. Feeling happy. Good. Melissa says, thanks, the practice felt great. I enjoyed the theta healing, fits in well with my mindfulness training you're doing right now. Awesome. Yeah, that's the thing. This is so complementary. It's not like we can't do anything else. It doesn't interfere. It's in addition to whatever you're practicing and however you're practicing in your life. You're welcome, Sandy. You're welcome, Diana. Nikki says, such a deep and powerfully healing class. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're welcome. So good to see you, sister. Mara, thanks for the wonderful theta healing, feeling fantastic. Also love the mantra practice. Good, I'm glad that you appreciated that, and that is something that you can work with on your own, right? In your own home practice. And as you walk throughout your day, as you're standing idle, waiting in the lines of the grocery stores, right? Instead of getting on your phone and checking emails and texts, take some deep breaths, repeat the mantra. You can do this while you're driving. It doesn't take any extra time or energy or money. It's there inside of us. Stephanie, I'm using the 8 theta healings, love them. Oh, good, Stephanie, I'm glad. So wonderful. Lori, feeling lighter regarding theta meditation. Interesting, there was a bit of dense energy around the doorway this time. I did the healing anyway and stayed in curiosity. bit blocked. I didn't mean, oh, stayed in curiosity. Great. And that's okay to notice different things. Lori, as you practice this, and I know you're working more consistently with the theta healing these days, so you don't have to make it mean anything. Just, it's all good. Wonderful. Stephanie, do I do the theta healing in order or just what feels right? I would say just what feels right, Stephanie. Like whatever you feel drawn to on that day, choose that theta healing. You don't have to do them in order at all. And I love that you're listening to what feels right. I think that's the most empowering place to be. Amal says, thank you, Melanie. My body was in resistance, but it was a beautiful practice, feeling vital. Much gratitude. You're welcome. And it's okay. We might have that sometimes, right? Like our body might not want to be doing what we're doing. And it's either a time to really listen to that and back off, or to say, I hear you, body, and I'm going to breathe and I'm going to love you and we're going to move, even though I'd maybe rather be in bed under the covers. It's a dance. This life is literally a dance, and we get to decide how we want to dance it. You know, do we want to dance the clumsy dance? Do we want to dance the graceful dance, the angry dance, the whatever dance? We're always expressing and we're always creating. And the more consciously that we do that, we will get different communication and information back from the universe. And you see that, right? Have you ever had that, just a bad day, you get out on the wrong side of the bed, so to speak, and then it just seems like everything goes wrong and starts to collide, and it amplifies. And conversely, you can wake up feeling so good and then just amplify that as well. So however you do wake up doesn't need to determine your day. You choose how you want to feel. So if you wake up feeling heavy and crummy, that's what these practices are for. These are tools. Yoga is just a tool. Ayurveda, another tool to help reorganize the many layers of who we are, the physical, mental, emotional, energetic aspects of who we are, into a resonance, into a coherence that feels better. Because we all want to feel better, right? We all want to move through our day feeling better, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, on all levels. So the key is observing the subtleties of what takes us out of feeling good. So is it, as I said during the practice, like food choices, daily routine, like you're going to bed way too late and then you wonder why you don't sleep well or wake up feeling exhausted. Like some things are that simple, or you're not drinking enough water. Some things are that basic, that simple. They don't have to be esoteric, convoluted things. It's just, oh, I need more water. Oh, I need more exercise. Oh, I need to go for a walk. So minding the physical body, and then on the more subtle levels, noticing what beliefs you have, what thoughts you have about life, about the environment, about the state of the world. You know, are you listening to news every day and contracting more and more and more? And if so, why? Isn't that interesting, that habit to engage into, say, negativity or fear or anxiety? Because for many of us, it feels familiar in our nervous system. And we don't know, we maybe haven't had the experience that our nervous system can feel regulated and that we can actually feel peace no matter what's happening in the external environment. And that's a training, and that's the training that I work with my group programs and my one-on-one clients, is how do we begin to live a life from a place that is anchored in our connection to self and to creator, nature, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, so that our whole external world isn't dictating how we feel inside. And that's kind of the paradigm that we've been brought up in, right? If good things happen, we feel good. If bad things happen, we feel bad. And it's such a limited perception, because the truth is our mind will judge what we think is good or bad from our ego's point of view of, I didn't want that to happen, and therefore I'm mad and angry and blah, blah, blah. But from a greater perspective, from a higher perspective, that was exactly what was needed to evolve you, to grow you into the next version of yourself. But when we resist that, when we resist life, what is, then it's very difficult, because we're stuck in this, we use a lot of energy to fight against reality, right? Of what is. Well, this is happening in my life. I can either get really mad and fight it, or I can get curious about it and say, isn't that interesting? And isn't it interesting how I'm responding to what's happening? And that's where the gold nuggets are, because how we're responding is oftentimes, until it's not, out of our old patterns and conditioning. And those were established a lot of the times in our early childhood from a place of what I was talking about before, that negativity bias in the brain. It's the survival part of the brain that was designed thousands and thousands of years ago in humans to keep us feeling safe. And so as children, there were certain things that we interpreted that didn't feel safe or good, or we made it mean that something was wrong with us. You know, if we were told no, or if we were told we couldn't have something, we make up beliefs about ourselves as a young child because we don't know any better. We're just kids, and our parents are our whole world, or our small kind of teachers and friends are our world, and we begin to create beliefs that aren't true, but they feel really real and true as a youngster. And then that energetic imprint becomes our protective personality, so that we create strategies to live in the world. So maybe we become the pleaser, or the giver, or the rebel, or the martyr. We create these strategies, I know some of you know what I'm talking about, so that we can feel that we have a sense of self. And now as adults, we get to go, you know what? This isn't working for me. I'm feeling disempowered. I'm feeling small. I'm not feeling heard. I'm not feeling seen. I'm not feeling however we're feeling. And we get to go, how do I give that back to myself? How do I begin to cultivate the awareness and the inner fortitude that I essentially begin to reparent myself in the way that maybe I was never reparented? So we have a fear of abandonment, or we have a fear of, maybe that's the only one there is. Maybe that's what it all boils down to. Nobody wants to be left alone. And we want to feel loved and appreciated and cherished. And we haven't always had those life experiences. And the more that we can understand that that experience lives inside of us, and the less that we're trying to get it from other people or situations outside of us, then we step into a vibration of empowerment, because we see we are creation. In Ayurveda, we talk about we are the microcosm of the macrocosm. So we are a little universe inside ourselves. We are a creation inside ourselves. We are an extension of this divine spark. And when we wake up to see the truth of that, our whole world changes, because we are like, there's actually nothing wrong with me. And if I interpret because of other people's behavior, of rejection, of abandonment, of whatever other people may have done, if we make it about us, we're going to suffer. So we get to reclaim our self. We get to reclaim our perceptions of our world, and therefore live in a whole different reality, one that is so much kinder. But we have to start by being kind to ourselves. So one of the things is just stop blaming yourself and shaming yourself, and catch every time you have a thought. And they can be so subtle, right? Oh, I'm such an idiot, or what? Maybe it's not even why did I do that? But there's this negative tone. So it's a question, but there's a negative tone. Oh, why did I do that? Oh, I shouldn't have done that. All of these ways of thinking or believing that are forms of self-criticism and forms of self-rejection, of self-abandonment. So when we stop abandoning self, when we stop rejecting self, no matter what it is, like, I don't want to hear you rejecting any part of yourself, making any part of yourself bad, wrong, small, whether that's your physical body. We wonder why our physical body isn't happy with us, like why it hurts or has disease or symptoms. Well, gosh, what have you been saying about your physical body your whole life? Oh, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like this. We're not seeing the miracle that this body is, the absolute phenomenal experience that we are in this container of the physical body. We have to stop criticizing it and stop comparing our container to someone else's, right? This is the whole beauty industry and all of the messed up craziness that is from little girls and from when we're little boys, that we're taught we have to look and be a certain way, and we carry that into through our whole life. No longer. We need to rise above the BS of that, so that we can claim true authorship and true sovereignty. Because I really believe that that's what we're seeking. We're seeking freedom. And we can't be free if we're living under other people's ideas about reality. Okay, so have a good day. uh, Before we end, are there any other questions, comments? If you love that kind of conversation, that's what my whole Change Your Vibration program is about. It is really about recreating the energy in which you are. And I know it's 100% possible no matter what you've been through in your life and no matter how you find yourself in this moment, there is room to shift and change. So I'll send you some information about that in an upcoming newsletter. Much love to you all. So great to see you from all parts of the world. I'm truly grateful and feel blessed for us to come together in this way. You're welcome, Melissa. So great to see you. What I'll do is unmute us all and we can say goodbye to one another.